Peace, boxing world. Dig these blues, puzzle these clues. You can choose, loser, you can stay confused. You want some cool boxing news? Click that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. It's the king, legendary Topcatz. I'm out.
Oh, this is too good.
In the name of the greatest people that have ever trod this earth, I draw the line in the dust and toss the gauntlet before the feet of tyranny, and I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It was the height of the civil rights and Jim Crow era. Out of the roots of the southern soil. On October the 22nd, 1985, Deontay Wilder was born. He grew up like most inner city kids, NBA and NFL dreams. Due to an illness of his daughter, he focused his attention on boxing.
Heavyweight Deontay Wilder. Deontay is the definition of will over inexperience. He has defied all the odds to make the 2008 Olympic team with less than 25 bouts of experience. Deontay took up the sport of boxing to provide a better future for his daughter, who serves as a constant inspiration to him. And he now will be able to represent her in Beijing.
Deontay would take home the bronze medal, and on November the 15th, 2008, he would have his pro debut.
In 1914, a whole generation is drawn into the world's first mass war. 70 million men from over 20 countries will be called up to do military service. As they enlist in the new mass armies, they become numbers in a war of numbers. And over the next 4 years, more men will be slaughtered more quickly for less gain than in any war so far.
The year was 1914. Britain had entered World War I and later fought in World War II against the German forces. Out of the destruction, October the 15th, 1989, Anthony Joshua was born. Nigerian ancestry. At the age of 12, he moved back to the UK. At 18, began boxing. He would go on to qualify for the 2012 Olympic Games.
And again, rousing reception from the crowd. Grease that work. More left-hand success from Joshua. Come on, Josh, you can do this.
Was a hometown kid would take home the gold medal.
But he didn't turn pro until 14 months after the London Games. So his handlers reintroduced him to the British public by scheduling bouts in 6 different cities in his first 8 fights. They knew exactly what they had. They were making sure everyone else knew as well.
How do you feel about that, taking that responsibility on to be the next heavyweight champ out of America?
Hey man, I had to put USA on my back for the Olympics, so I was born a leader. I take that responsibility. If anybody would take that responsibility, I'm gonna be the man. I'll be the man for USA to take responsibility. Each and every day I think about being the heavyweight champion of the world. Sometimes I daydream about it, being the heavyweight champion of the world. I take that responsibility.
Setting up his overhand right with a jab. Boom.
Oh, what a shot!
Hold up! Whoa, 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 whoa! Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah! Yeah! Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah! Yeah! You either with me or against me, ho! You either with me or win! Win! Yeah! Fuck everything else!
Slowly but steadily, a shift was developing. There hadn't been an American-born heavyweight titleist since 2006. That was about to change. It was time for the big time.
Are we looking at the next American heavyweight champion?
With Wilder challenging the heavy-handed Haitian Berman Stavern for the WBC title. Wilder dominated despite suffering a stress fracture in his right hand.
There's a 1-2 by the challenger, another right hand, and now Wilder pouring on the pressure at the bell. And a takedown at the bell by Stavern. Wow.
But he had beaten his first legitimate top 10 opponent, and at age 29, his future sizzled and sparkled. In America, the heavyweight division mattered again.
Oh, say can you see Deontay Wilder is the WBC heavyweight champion?
Just listen to that reaction. The buzz, the hype that is building around Anthony Joshua, fight by fight, just took another big leap forward. What is 2016 going to bring for this man?
April 2016, Joshua challenged newly crowned IBF heavyweight titleist Charles Martin, an undefeated American southpaw who was void of serious credentials. That Martin came to London to face Joshua less than 3 months after having won the title told you all you needed to know. Martin was, in essence, selling the title.
Second round, and he's down again. And Joshua on the brink here, destroyed. Over, done. Britain has a new world heavyweight champion.
Some fighters are remembered for the moment in which they realized their lifelong dream by becoming a world champion.
Wilder and Joshua were campaigning, but Klitschko still was reigning king. And on November the 28th, he would be dethroned.
For the winner by unanimous decision from the United Kingdom, the new unified heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury!
Oh, Szpilka's down! Oh, wow!
Szpilka remained flat on the canvas for several minutes and was hospitalized. In 2017, Joshua defended against Klitschko in front of 90,000 fans at Wembley Stadium in London. Klitschko was 41, and he was coming off a 17-month layoff. Some viewed this as a classic Marciano Lewis, Holmes Ali passing of the torch moment. But the odds makers and bettors weren't so sure. In the fifth, a series of punches downed Klitschko.
Klitschko's cut on the cheek. A nice hook by Joshua.
This between these two is evident. Oh, he hurt bad. Right hand down goes Joshua for the first time in his career.
Finish made that scoring meaningless.
Oh, right uppercut. Jack the drop. Klitschko, but he's still standing. Left hook down goes Klitschko for this fight falling down. Remember, no 3 knockdown rule. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, we made an offer of $12.5 million. I saw the reports of it's a $100 million fight. It's really not. It can get there if both guys are built in America. But at the moment, I would say conservatively, it does around $40 million, maybe $50 million profit in the show. So don't worry about the split. Know this. Deontay Wilder has been offered 5 to 6 times his highest purse to fight Anthony Joshua. We ain't doing it again. We're not overpaying Deontay Wilder.
Your worth does not command 50%. They say that you're delusional about how much you're worth. Why are they wrong, and what do you have to say to that kind of criticism?
I'm the baddest man on the planet. I've given them many offers. If they don't believe the worth, hey, I'll take whatever they think I deserve, long as they take that in the return. The rematch, that's what...
Stiff jab by Wilder now. Thus far, Stavern hasn't shown the work rate. He's hitting, and Stavern goes down! 7 knockouts have occurred here in the round. First round, and Stavern down for the second time. And is Thor's hammer, and here in round 1, he is Ragnarocking Stavern.
He's out cold.
In one of the more recent interviews with Eddie Hearn, why'd you take such a risky fight? That's our business.
Carl Ortiz is, though. He's staying in range.
He is staggered, right cross, clubbing left hand by Wilder. Down goes Ortiz. I don't know why the clock kept ticking away, but there it is. A minute left. Right uppercut.
Joshua will face criticism after not allowing Deontay Wilder in the ring after Joseph Parker unification bout.
I had to deal with Sky Sports. They wanted me to come over and commentate for them. And I told them I'd come on one condition. And the terms was I get in the ring with Joshua at the end of the night. Then, you know, a couple of days later, I get a phone call from my manager. He was like saying that ain't going to be able to happen because Joshua talking about upping the security on me. I even heard about restraining orders and stuff, saying he don't want to hype the fight, you know, for what.
The only thing I said with not getting in the ring, right, my opinion is that you don't dictate to me that you're getting in my ring. I invite you in. That's the difference. Don't tell me that I'm getting in the ring after the fight. I've got to win it, number one, and number two, I'll call you into the ring. That's where I stand with it. Do you know where I'm coming from? So that's how I was looking at that situation.
Time to do it. Do you want to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? 100. You know what that means? You know what that means, though, don't you? That means that you would have to face WBC king Deontay Wilder.
Everyone here knows me better than that. I'm not into the hype. I'm about business. So let's get the business done. And I'm down to ride for whatever, whenever.
So you want that fight with Deontay Wilder. We know that he's watching on our colleagues at Showtime tonight in the United States. So what would your message be to him?
Just like Dylan said, Wilder, let's go, baby! Let's go!
Okay, I'll take 50 million up front. If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.
You know, with your man Eddie and Barry Hearn and tell them to check their email. I got something special for you. And by the way, all the money's in the bag. So I expect you'll be a man of your word.
WBA surprisingly intervened in order Anthony Joshua Povetkin to be made in 24 hours.
Yo, AJ, why'd you ask for the $50 million and then turn it down from Deontay Wilder?
So why are you going to take a 30-second clip from an interview and tell them that's everything I said?
About public perception, you don't think that public perception has swayed now that you in the media has said you're going to make him wait till 2020, 2019?
No, so what we're saying now is that, unfortunately, I have a belt, right? And it's the WBA. And I have to fight my mandatory challenger. Remember, me and Wilder were supposed to fight after Takam. Negotiations fell through, so then after that, the fight was supposed to happen again. It still didn't happen, so I have to fight my mandatory. So what I've done...
Well, that tells you all you need to know. They don't want to fight him. If they wanted to fight Wilder, if they wanted to fight Wilder, they would have fought him yesterday. That's what would have happened. They didn't want to fight him. It's simple as that. They turned down a $50 million offer, and that's why we're making the fight. The fact
if Joshua's watching now,
the biggest fight in the world happened. It isn't nothing to say, hey, Joshua, me and Fury about to get this thing going on, baby. We about to see who's the biggest and the baddest in the world. One champion, one face, one name. Something you was a coward to do in your own country.
No,
well, if he's right here, if he was right there, you tell him to look at this one. I'm looking at you right here. You was a coward. You was a coward, and you know this.
Everything
Make
you
sure
say.
you turn up.
Everything you say.
Turn up and fight on. Make sure you turn up.
But we understand you've got the Wilder Fury fight, but your job is to plan the future and the career of your fighter. You won't meet to discuss the undisputed fight, the biggest fight in world boxing. You will not have a meeting. Shelley Finkel is not a busy man, right? It baffles me how we can't have a meeting.
I know the other side didn't want to fight. That's what they said. That's so. He wants to meet. He wants to be in the papers. All of the press and everyone's talking about this fight. I don't want to talk about the other fight. If he's serious, I'll meet him after the fight. Right now, I have this fight. He had Povetkin. He didn't meet with me before his Povetkin fight. He waited till after. When this fight's over, we'll talk.